to a live show
I
now.
know. I know.
Looking like it.
Completely blame you.
I don't blame you for blaming him. Yeah, sorry about having to freaking get on late and everything like that. I was working on some stuff for...
Hey, man, you're all good. Just don't let it happen again.
I know, right? Don't worry, it's gonna happen again. Is it me or does Pancake sound stupidly loud?
Pancake? Yo, we don't talk about pancakes in this Discord. Pancakes trash, okay?
Yeah, Pancake was a little loud.
I don't know why in the world it sounded like as if it was so loud. Well, I actually, never mind, I know why. Because the song that I was playing for Casseron's stuff was a lot quieter, and so I had to turn it up.
Well, for me, it was still slightly loud, so I turned it down.
This song in general is a little on the loud side.
Wow.
No, I've wondered, and I didn't ask before, but what the fuck is waffle?
Whenever I was doing a session for Casseron, there was a point in time where Pancake decided to go rogue and disappear. And I needed a replacement to play my music for me through Discord, and I tried to use Waffle, and Waffle just wasn't having it. I couldn't figure it out, and so at that point in time, I guess Pancake like forgave me or didn't want me to freaking cheat on it anymore, and so it came back. I don't know what in the world happened because there was no maintenance that happened or anything. It just stopped working. It was just like nah.
That's weird.
It gains sentient. It gains sent. Wow, I can't speak. It gains sentient. I still can't say it. Whatever.
It gained sentience. It was just like
it was like I'm out, and then it's like, oh wait, he can replace me. Shit.
I was trying to figure out how in the world to get Waffle to play music, and I was having difficulties. And I finally decided to try Pancake in a spur of the moment, and Pancake decided to, I guess, work at that point in time.
I guess maybe that's all Pancake needed, would just be turned off and on again.
Well, no, I did. I even like kicked it out of the server and re-invited it, and it still wasn't working.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did do that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I saw that actually.
I was even just like, I'm sorry, Pancake, don't hate me for this. Well, while I'm waiting for stuff to happen, I am eating some Halo oranges.
Fat bitch.
I am. So fat.
Fucking yellow oranges. I actually wish I had milk so I could eat the damn cereal.
I recently rediscovered my love for Halo oranges. And I eat at least one or two of the little things every single day.
You're single-handedly behind our shortage of oranges.
Possibly. Well, these are Halo oranges, though. Regular oranges, they're okay.
Just as bad. I like oranges.
Yeah. I just like the Halo oranges better because of the fact that I feel like as if they're more juicy.
Gotcha.
I've never actually been much of an orange person.
I've always liked oranges. I love Halo oranges. I'm not a big fan of orange juice, though, weirdly enough. I like Halo oranges better than oranges because they're juicy, but I'm actually not a big fan of orange juice.
Yeah, the same way.
I don't know what's wrong with me. But I don't like orange candies either.
There's nothing wrong with you, man. I've been the same way. I tell you what.
I tell you what. Is it still trying to download files for you?
No, I'm in now.
Oh, okay. Give me just a second.
There he is. And a stupid fat grin.
My stupid fat grin. You mean my sexy ass fat grin.
Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that.
I will.
I'm just gonna take my 4'9" ass over someplace else.
Okay.
Yeah, you do that thing.
So, main question for you guys is: do you even remember what happened last time? As that happened
We're
several
talking
weeks
some
ago.
bandits. We had Stillbane's smarter brother that was trying to
we
kidnap
don't
us.
know
Wolf came out of nowhere and was threatening to open up a can of whoop ass on him if he didn't back the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't think we know for sure that it's his brother. We never asked. We just know he kind of looks like him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. I was devilishly handsome as always. Ares was just kind of there. The annoying dwarf decided would sacrifice to Zul.
Oh yeah, like dwarf.
Somebody.
We found we're taking a Bastion unit with us if we can get out of the
Right,
situation.
it was a Bastion unit.
Yeah.
We've already agreed to kill him off whenever we get the chance.
I don't think we agreed that.
What?
No.
That's what we did. Okay, maybe
No.
that one was improv.
Yeah, Eris kind of thinks we might need him.
Oh, we agree that Casseron is very hideous, but has a very good fashion sense.
Technically, yes. You guys did sort of agree on that.
I mean, in a way, Eris didn't really want to say he was ugly. It's more of not her taste.
Yeah.
Wow, going back
I
in your
mean,
words already.
yeah.
I see what's going on here.
Quick rundown. You guys were all traveling south. Whenever it was discovered the fact that Casseron was probably taken north, you split in two of you, Bastion and Bon, going with Kari towards the Red Eagle tribe to try and do the negotiations. Pretty much just accompanying Kari to say no. The other two went with the Great Wolf north, trying to follow these possible tracks, trying to figure out where exactly they led. You had two choices, pretty much, of the most likely locations in which Casseron was at, which was this entity called the Lady, as well as the direction of the Ironhide tribe. You guys decide to follow along with the Ironhide tribe, following the side of the Rimewood all the way up to the northern mountains. Upon reaching the base of it, you pretty much encountered what would most likely be either a patrol or a guard point of a guard checkpoint of some sort, as there were several people who pretty much questioned you, decided that you were okay to pass by it after you guys pretty much said you were traveling merchants for the most part. And one of them split off in order to sort of guide you towards where the tribe was located up the mountain path. For the rest of the day, you guys followed this person. I don't know if she ever gave her name.
I don't think she did.
Okay, I didn't think that she did.
I'm actually even struggling to remember her race.
She should have been a human.
Okay.
Anyways, sorry, lost track. Anyways, you guys were traveling up the side of the mountain path, and once the sun began to set and night began to fall, you guys set up, well, sort of, somewhat set up camp. But in the middle of the night, you were woken to the sound of somebody approaching. going out of your makeshift camp, you saw the fact that your guide was standing sort of to the side with a respectful stance. And in the distance, you saw the approach of an enormous figure. And as this figure approached with several other people trailing behind him, you saw the Minotaur, known as Taran. He looks, as you guys have found, pretty similar to Steelbane. And he was asking you where this person called Kieran was at, after recognizing that you guys were mercenary knights. You guys sort of took under your wing during this conversation a Bastion unit, who I also don't think actually gave his name.
We didn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't ask yet because
We didn't care.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of
I figured as much. Anyways,
a lot.
he was sort of a snot, to say the least.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Honestly, actually, I think Eris just kind of assumed he didn't have a name because he's a Bastion.
I also might have assumed that.
Eris is actually going to ask his serial number later.
That's fair. Anyways, during the flow of the conversation, though, the Minotaur Tauran seemed to have gotten more and more sort of aggressive with you all, pretty much saying that it doesn't matter whether or not you're willing to tell him the information he wants, he'll force you to because you're now in his lands. The Great Wolf didn't really take too kindly to that, and as of right now, you guys are sort of in the middle of like the late night, early morning section of your rest, with two very hostile seeming people. Probably both stronger than you from the intimidating aura you feel coming off of both of them.
Yeah.
It's always like this.
Okay, let's just calm down. I'm gonna try to persuade everyone to try and calm down. Let's let cool heads think this, talk this through.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion check for that.
Oof, not too well. 11.
You see the Great Wolf in his sort of like somewhat humanoid form seem to sort of try and relax, looking a little on guard, but you see the fact that the Minotaur looks down at you, looks back towards the wolf, and then looks down towards you.
Towards
I see
me
no
or towards
reason
her?
why I would need to calm down, or anything of the sort. Tell me what I want, I can leave. Refuse, I will force you to.
You only asked us his name, but we said we don't recognize the name, but you seem to recognize us as mercenary knights, yes? That means the person you're looking for might have gone there? He could have changed his name.
Upon you saying the fact that he could have changed his name, you see a look of irritation go across the Minotaur's face.
Changed his name, he probably did. Regardless, I know he joined these mercenary knights.
Do you have any idea what another name he might go by as?
Does he perchance look like you?
Wow, that was kind of racist.
He gives up this like deep groaning sigh. before he kneels down right in front of you, Eris, trying to sort of get on your level, but even kneeling down, he's still like a foot taller than you. This Minotaur, this man is massive.
And I'm small.
Yes.
I stand on my hind legs and try to size him up a bit. Stick out my chest.
Do you know any Minotaurs amongst the mercenary knights? We're not common.
Like 3.
He looks towards you.
Do you actually know 3?
He looks towards you, Fate, and his facial expression doesn't change.
I highly doubt that.
No. How are you gonna tell me what the fuck? Like, people I know. Country bumpkin ass.
The only one we are familiar with is the one we actually work under. Steelbane.
Only one you're familiar with.
He looks at you for a moment and he just stares. You get the feeling that he's probably trying to gauge what you said before he gives a slow nod. And he turns towards the people that are following behind him. They're all kind of like heavily clothed and hooded, so you can't really make any of them out. Some of them are probably around like 5'8" to like 6 foot, and then some of them are like taller than that, closer to like 6 foot, like 4 to 6'8". None of them are as tall as this Minotaur, though. They're all somewhat on the tall side, though. And one of them steps forward. And judging by the voice, you can tell the fact that it's a woman. And she says something which you don't recognize. And you see her motion with this staff in her hand. And this strange, like, bluish-green energy starts to envelop you all.
Okay. Not suspicious at all.
Magic.
Well,
Indeed.
as you say magic, you start to feel a drowsiness envelop you. And you recognize, Eris, that this is probably a sleep spell.
Oh.
I don't recognize it.
Fate, roll me an Arcana check. Eris would recognize this because she's used this spell.
A lot, actually.
Yes. Yeah, you kind of like recognize this as just like, oh, this is a sleep spell. And then you like, just, like collapse into the ground.
I'd be unaffected.
Yes, you would be. You feel like this sort of like drowsiness come across you, but you kind of just like shake it off. And you see the Great Wolf is just like, large one, and he like kind of like moves towards you. Oh, the voice didn't activate. But yeah, he kind of like moves towards Fate.
And I just drop to the fucking ground.
Yeah, you just drop to the ground. You drop
Oh,
to the
great.
ground unconscious.
Oh, great.
And-
We should roll. We need to roll dex saves because that's going to be a category 10 earthquake.
I know, right? But yeah, you see this woman, she kind of like slams her staff into the ground and she gives this grunt. It's just like, ugh, this damn elves. They're immune to sleep. The Minotaur looks towards you, Eris.
It's fine. I'm sure that the elf would more likely follow along with us than human.
Wow, Asus.
I'll nod at that.
Just sling them over one of your shoulders. Any of you, it's fine. You know what? Never mind.
Careful. He is.
Aaron, you do it.
You see this guy, you can only assume, kind of like take a step back. He's just like, me? What? I don't want to carry this fat ass.
Aaron, do it.
Fine, but you owe me one. And you see him like go through the snow and just like kind of like grab Fate and try and like haul him up onto his shoulders. He's like, ugh! As he's trying to do it, it's just like, why does he eat so much? And he, let me roll an athletics check. Okay, he rolls a nat 20. So
Yeah,
I'm fucking dead.
Steelbane tried to put him on a. Sorry.
No, yeah, he like kind of hauls him up, and you see the fact that he has him like straddled across like the back of his shoulders, like his head is on like his left and his legs are on the right, and he has like his arms and legs and like different hands, and it's like as if he's carrying like a boar across his back, pretty much. The way he's carrying him.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry. Steelbane tried to force him to lose weight, but this one's clever. He seems to keep finding a way around losing weight.
He keeps cheating on his diet.
Well, if it's Kieran that's doing this, that means he's not strict enough. Now hold here, Minotaur. That is one of my associates that you're manhandling like this.
You see the fact that Eris, you see the fact that he looks like unsure of what to do as he kind of like steps forward.
You need to do a contract to swear that you mean us no harm.
Oh my gosh, allergies are killing me today. Fuck.
Fine.
He kneels down before you again, Alice. I almost called you Alice. Eris. Alice. Eris. And he holds out one of his hands. And you see the fact that this hand is like riddled with scars and severely like calloused.
Yeah, I'll hold out mine. My tiny little hand.
Yeah, his hand like engulfs your hand, your wrist, and like part of your arm with how massive it is. And he takes a small dagger and he holds your hand like sideways, like as if he's kind of shaking it, and he does a light cut across both his hand and your hand. And you see the fact that there's a lot of scars on the side of his hand that is in between his thumb and his pointer finger, like as if he's probably done this quite a few times. And you feel this sort of like small nick in your skin. It doesn't really hurt, but I will say the fact that you do take a point of damage. And what in the heck happened to your character sheet? Anyways,
Sorry, every time I click on anything, and I then hit push to talk, it types. I always have to go to the chat box where they select language this thing is. All I have to do is I click the drop down thing and just click it again. That deselects anything. It's a little annoying, but I've kind of gotten, for the most part, in the habit of doing it.
all right. So he holds your hand in his, and there's like this like a small stream of blood, almost more like a few drops, almost with how light this cut was. And he closes his eyes for a moment, and he bows his head down, almost like as if in prayer.
By the will of the Earth Mother, I swear upon my name, Taran Ironhide, that I mean these people no harm, as long as they mean us no harm.
You see a like glimmer of this like silvery green energy swirl around your hand, and the cut immediately heals into this small scar on your hand. And he stands up and looks towards the Great Wolf.
Are you satisfied now?
Yes, thank you. We'll go with you willingly. We had business with you anyways.
Though that business has been somewhat concluded now that you know that Casseron is no longer here. Or at least isn't here now.
Yeah. But we can still perhaps potentially get information on the lady, maybe.
Yep. So, he gives a nod towards the Great Wolf, and then Taran starts to bark out some orders to help break down camp and to start traveling.
I know you may be tired, but don't worry. Our village is just a couple hours walks away.
With that, after a few minutes, the camp of you guys was pretty much broken down. There wasn't really a whole lot to break down in the first place.
Yeah, I would have helped clean up because it probably would have just been sleeping bags and putting up the flyer.
Yeah, pretty much. And Taran actually brings up the rear this time. He lets several other people go in front of him with the man by the name of Aaron, my bad. Aaron, kind of standing in the middle, almost as if like in some sort of protection. Between Aaron and Taran are the Great Wolf and you. You guys are sort of towards the back, with Taran almost kind of like keeping a watch over the entire like procession.
Oh, wasn't Aaron still carrying the fat fuck?
Yeah, but Aaron is directly in
I have
front
a
of
name,
the Great
Dick.
Wolf.
Okay. Okay. You just made it seem like he wasn't anymore. I was like, wait, but he was asleep.
Oh yeah, no, he was carrying him the entire time.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I should probably make another freaking couple athletics checks for why he's carrying him. Okay. So, during this point in time, Fate, because of how the sleep spell actually works, you've actually technically woken up by the time that everyone is pretty much set out. But you were being carried by this dude the entire time, and like as you wake up, you kind of like do this struggle, and you hear a groan coming from like directly in front of you, and you realize that someone is like pretty much carrying you. And as you struggled, he kind of like flops
I
into the
pretend to be
ground and,
asleep.
like, land right on his head into the snow, and he's just like going like, and he's like drowning in the snow with you on top of his face.
I'll just lay here. Just let this happen.
I'll try to pull Fate off. Yeah, get off him.
Make a strength check.
Yeah, it's like make a strength check, make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Okay, disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason why I say with disadvantage is because Fate is like kind of purposely doing this, so
Yeah, true.
you're kind of fighting against him, and he's got a lot more weight than you. So
Yeah.
you kind of like you start to like kind of like roll him off, and then you actually kind of get like pulled by Fate, just be like, no, and
Like,
you're now
no.
face down in the snow, right next to them. Luckily, Fate's not on top of you.
That's pretty funny.
But Taran comes up, and he like grabs Fate by like the back of his clothes and like starts to pick him up, and then realizes, oh god, this guy's actually heavy, and then like uses his other hand and like pulls you up off of him and like sets you off to the side.
You guys sure know how to make a guy feel woke.
You see Aaron, he kind of like, he scrabbles up to like a sitting position. He's like,
You okay?
I did
Sorry about that.
I swore I saw the other side. He points
Hell
towards
no.
you.
I
He
smile
points towards
back
you,
at him.
Fate. He's just like, you're lucky you're considered a guest now. I would have killed you for this. Ugh. He like gets up and he cracks his neck.
I go and say, I was arching my back. I could have killed you if I would have put my full weight on you. Yeah.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's perception shit. Okay.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, you say that, and you see the fact that he kind of looks at you like a little unsure, and you see him kind of like shiver for a second there, and he's just like, "God, am I lucky this time?" At this point in time, the hood has pretty much come off him, and you can see the fact that his face is mostly human, but he has this kind of like strange, like grayish tint to it almost, and he has slightly pointed ears, as well as two of his teeth are slightly longer and barely poke out from his lower jaw. You can tell the fact that he is a half-orc.
Great. More half orcs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, more half-orcs. He just kind of like gives you a glare, but makes sure that he like kind of takes a step back as he does that, and just like he just starts to follow behind the rest of the procession. Taran just kind of like swats you in the back.
Go on, get moving.
Yeah, come on, Fate Worm.
I'm moving.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I guess I
walking
should
so
also mention the
damn
fact that the
fast.
Bastion unit is being dragged along. Gagged
I
once
put the
more.
I put the gag bag on him.
Yeah,
He talked a lot.
he did. But yeah, so a couple hours later, feeling pretty tired. It's very early morning. Getting pretty close, you could probably assume, to sunrise. It's probably around 4, 5 in the morning, thereabout. Yeah, I'll say it's like 4:30. And you finally come to a cave. And they all stop in front of the cave, kind of like looking like as if they're checking a few things. And they all bring out torches and light them and start to head into this cave.
I'll look see if I can find a nearby rock.
Yeah, inside the cave you'd be able to find a like a small like rock, maybe the size of a fist or smaller, that you'd be able to hold pretty easily.
Yeah, I'll grab it, cast light on it. Give us some extra light.
Yeah. All right. So as you guys enter the cave, you do hear Taran behind you.
Make sure to keep watch. We don't know if any of those insectile fuckers are going to be around here.
There's just
So
some
what
like
now?
murmurs of acknowledgement. What?
Like what? Insectile fuckers. Oh, what do you mean by that?
These strange creatures have
Stranger
moved
than-
into these mountains recently, and they're making an annoyance of themselves.
I see.
We have no idea where they came from, but we've been having to deal with them regardless.
Also, we'll keep an extra lookout. So, as well.
Great.
How many
Takes back to your house? It's a cave and it's infested with bugs. This is exactly where I want to be right now.
How many perception checks would I need to roll?
This is just a passage through the mountain to a hidden valley. Don't worry, I'm going to be in here long.
Forgive me. I'm sorry. The clothes kind of set me off. I thought you guys were barbarians. I won't make the mistake again.
He kind of just like cuffs you in the back of the head, but doesn't say anything more. Go ahead
I'm gonna
and just
take
roll
that
me a
as an
single.
acceptance.
Go ahead and roll me a single perception check. Like I said, the tunnel is not too long.
Okay.
As you guys are heading through here, Fate, you can roll a perception check as well if you want to.
Eris is more just a little creeped out at the mention of like insectile things, so she's not really paying. She's more of a like pretty much go off on any sound, I guess.
Well, I am terrified of everything, so of course I'm looking everywhere.
All right. Yep. So you guys are going through this cave-like area. The only light that you have, it's pretty wide actually. It's probably about 40 to it's about 45 feet across, and the ceiling is about like 15 feet high. It almost looks like to you, Eris, as well as you, Fate, like as if it was like a man-made tunnel.
That's impossible.
Hmm.
Unless they're using magic.
Did you
Then
all?
it's just improbable.
Yeah, I'll turn around to look at Tarn. Did you all make this tunnel?
Don't be ridiculous. Did you though?
We didn't make the
Told you.
forebearers who used to live in this mountain did. We would know them as dwarves.
Dwarves.
Yes, dwarves used to live in these mountains. They had a stronghold city in the depths of it. It was
see.
there where these damn insect things started popping out of nowhere.
Maybe they were guardians by the dwarves, and you guys coming in here and like moving in and like pissed them off, and now they're trying to kick you out. Or maybe the
We've
dwarves
lived in
kicked
this
them out
mountain
first.
for centuries.
Oh,
It's only recently that these things have become an issue.
have you guys been digging or something lately? Oh shit, it's my jam.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh god, you know what? Let me just grab my phone. Have another one. I don't know why though. I still have that one that goes off at 10.
I am the same way.
Oh, never mind. The next alarm goes off in a day. So, anyways,
No, we're not one for mining in what would be more normally considered burial sites.
I see.
Dwarven stronghold would be pretty much what you consider a.
Wait, did you say burial sites?
That's what we consider it. It's something of a. Oh, what's your word for it? It's
A
a
marketplace?
city of. It's sort of a city of the dead. There's nothing but bones and spirits there. A necropolis.
My eyes get huge. This is exactly where I want to be right now.
We left the city untouched ever since we found it.
Mm-mm.
But within the past few months or so, these creatures have been making their appearance there. First it was these smaller ones, and then once we started eliminating them, these larger ones started coming forth.
I like hit my chest and like, well, as mercenary knights, we would be happy to take a look at it, see if maybe we can do something about your bug problem.
Oh, really?
Yep.
We'll have to see.
Damn it. We're on 11.
so as you're like giving this like confident look, like yeah, we can take care of this kind of thing. You hear this kind of like clicking sound across the stone, and then this like sort of sound, and you hear one of the people from up front just like, "Damn it, Chief! There's one of them here!" And like all of the torches are kind of like most of the torches, I should say, are like kind of thrown in the direction, and you see this like horrific looking creature
What the?
It's got like these like kind of like bluish black, almost like chitin going across its back in this sort of almost like reptile-like fashion with a tail at the end, and these 6 legs that end in like almost scythe-like appendages. There's like these bristly hairs all across its back and on the specific joints of its legs, and this mandible that looks almost like tusks, with a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth and almost dead fish-looking black eyes. This thing is pretty much
Ugly.
the size of an actual human in size.
I'm getting spider flashbacks.
So am I. I'm getting PTSD. We can take that. I look over at Ares. I wink.
This thing's one of the smaller ones.
God damn
It
it!
isn't
Of
the
course
size
it
of a
is.
damn horse. You see the fact that the people that were accompanying you, like these 6 people, they sort of surround it and start to use like their weapons, a mixture of like swords, axes, and hammers, in order to pretty much like cut it down. It takes a bit, but they're able to cut it down. And within a few seconds, they finally cut it down. But with that, you start to hear more chittering, and you realize the fact that there is, in the direction where it was from, there's like this hole in the ceiling. And you're starting to see more of like the scythe appendages coming out of the hole, and there's heads starting to peek out, almost like as if like an anthill that was disturbed. Damn it!
Maybe we should turn around.
Their hive is spread this far. Move! Move! And you see everyone just start taking off running.
I guess I'll follow them.
Roll me an athletics check.
Damn it.
Damn it! I was already on it. I was rolling too.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I don't have all
Alright.
the extra baggage.
So, you guys are running. You both start a little late in running, just kind of like hesitating, like almost walking towards them, and then realizing the fact that, oh yeah, no, they're really like booking it. You guys start taking off after them. The terrain in here, though, even though it seems man-made by the dwarves, it seems ancient, and therefore there is like a bit of like small rocks and other parts that seem to have like either collapsed off of like the ceiling or walls at certain points in time, making it a little bit rough, especially since the fact that most of the torches were thrown off to the side and not picked up. While you do have your light, it is still a little bit difficult to dodge out of the way of some of the small pieces of rubble and things like that for the both of you. Unfortunately, they do get an attack on you, Eris, as they are sprinting after you guys. But they get 2 attacks. Yeah, let me roll this real
Against the
quick.
fucking Minotaur?
No, against you, Fate, because the Minotaur rolled a natural 20 on athletics.
Fucking bitch.
Ooh. So you take 9 points of piercing damage, Eris.
Oh, I don't even get to use shield to defend it. Okay.
Unfortunately, not, because you can't really with your athletics check, you don't really have the energy or time to be doing so. As you're trying to watch your footing on where you're going, you don't really have time to look back to see this attack coming. But at least you're not taking 2 of these attacks, which that was almost a natural 20. Okay, one of them do miss you, Fate.
Okay, how much damage did I take again?
You take 9 points of piercing damage. And Fate, you take 5 points as you feel you both hear the skittering and like these cries and chittering getting closer and closer, and you feel this like almost like a blade kind of like stab into like trying to stab into you, and it kind of like clips your side. And the same thing happens to you, Fate. Like one like goes right in between your legs as it kind of like tries to nail into your leg, and then the other one reaches out and stabs partially into your side, scraping you.
Shit.
I need you guys to roll me another athletics check.
Damn it.
All right. Thankfully, you do seem to be outpacing them at this point in time. They do seem to have higher movement speed, but it almost seems like as if they're reluctant to chase you too far. But they do have ranged attacks.
Oh no, they want to tire me out.
Ooh, one rolled a natural 1. So Eris, you're missed.
Oh, that was
And the
against
other one
me.
rolled a 10. So you see these like strange spikes come launching out of the darkness, whizzing past you. Eris, you kind of like stumble over a rock a little bit, and it goes flying by your head, ahead of you, crashing into the ground. And Fate, you kind of just like look behind you for a moment, kind of just like, why am I doing this? And then you look behind you, and you luckily just see this spike launching towards you, and you kind of like roll to the side a little bit.
Roll.
As you're like, you look back and you start to trip over rubble in the same place Eris did. Eris, having already caught herself and moved ahead, you trip and you roll, and the spike lands just beside you as you get back to your feet. And at that point in time, you hear the skittering and chittering of these creatures get further and further behind you as you are running away.
You ain't got enough to catch this fat man.
I think it's more like they don't want to chase any further.
Don't ruin my moment.
There was never a moment. We're not very athletic. We're
That
the
seems.
least athletic in the group.
Shut up.
Yeah,
You don't need to speak the truth right now, damn it.
Because I rolled 2 athletics checks for Taran. I rolled an athletics check for Taran, and I rolled an athletics check for the Great Wolf, and they both rolled natural 20s.
It's bullshit.
But,
Exactly.
as you guys are sort of slowing down the sprinting as you catch back up to the rest of the group who was running ahead of you, both of you roll me Constitution saves.
Wait, what?
Nice.
Oh, there it is.
Nice. Okay. So you don't get a point of exhaustion for this. Everyone kind of like regroups back up, and you hear people calling out just like, is everyone okay? Alvin? Chief? And you hear a couple names being called out, just like, Mina? Yes, I'm fine. Rain? Of course. Yvonne? Yes.
Who's the guy I sat on?
Aaron?
Aaron. I'm like, I think Aaron's dead.
You see this person come out, he pulls the hood off, and he like kind of like shoves his face directly in front of you. Do I look dead to you?
No, just incredibly ugly. And you need a breath mint. Oh.
Earth Mother, please give me the patience to not murder this man. And he just walks away.
Yeah, just pay him no mind, I guess.
I'm standing right here, you know. I can still hear you.
You seem to have
That's
a.
the point.
I was talking to Ares.
So, I want you guys to roll me a perception check real quick. So you guys are kind of like catching your breath. Everyone's sort of reassuring themselves. Oh my gosh, we're all alive. And then you realize something. The Bastion unit's not here.
Where'd the Bastion unit go?
Folk. He didn't make it.
I have no idea. Why in the world would I know? You see the people kind of all looking towards each other, and then Aaron points towards this other person in a garb who you've realized is a man by his tone of voice. Ilden, weren't you supposed to be keeping watch on him? Do you really think I was going to haul that hunk of metal when those things were chasing us? Of course I left him behind. It was up to him to keep running after us.
His logic is understandable.
I know that you wish to ask the old man for information, but I'm not risking my people to go back looking for him.
I stop and look at Ares and I was like, please don't say it.
Eric's just gonna look down.
Please don't say it.
So which would you guys hate more? To have the Bastion unit survive, or the Bastion unit to be captured or the dead, or something like that, or go missing? For your characters.
Eris really wants him to be alive. So she'd be a bit disappointed because she wants to gather information, but she also knows they're not going to go after her, and she knows she won't be able to do anything.
I'm sitting here and I have a strong possibility. I don't care, but I feel like Ares would be like, we should go after him.
Okay.
And if she goes, I'm going to go with her, but I really don't want to.
As much as I want to go get him, I know I won't be able to do anything against those creatures.
The creatures don't move far from their hive, which means that it's expanded into this tunnel. But, on the other hand, that also means that if the Bastion unit managed to flee a far enough distance, you'd be safe. You can go back a ways and try and check for him, but...
Shit, you go back for him. Wait, does he know anything about this dwarven dead city?
You haven't asked him.
Oh, I was asking, did he mention anything about that?
Oh, the Bastion unit?
Yeah, I'm asking that to the Minotaur.
Oh.
No. He wasn't the one that was asking questions about it. In fact, you were the ones that told him about it as he was asking questions. It seemed like as if he wanted to investigate it, but...
He wanted to investigate it?
These things started appearing and he ran off in order to find help of clearing them out.
Ares, we have to go get him.
But then he got distracted and wanted to go and investigate something else. And anyways.
Ares, we have to go get him. That's our job as mercenary knights. Fuck! God damn it! No!
Are you okay?
No, I dropped my fucking model.
That's what it was. It sounded like it was like dice.
Sorry, I'm painting.
Nah, that's good. It's all good.
The hobby life.
So Fate wants to go back and get him. Eris, what about you?
As long as we don't stray too far, I don't want to get into a fight with those things.
You know, I uphold violence, so of course I don't want to either.
So, what was that deception check for?
God damn it. I was saying I don't like violence.
Eris, with your
Insight.
freaking passive insight, you can already tell the fact that Fate seems to be lying.
Yeah, true. My passive insight would have caught it. I didn't need to roll. Yeah. Sure, you abhor violence. Sure, you do.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Nothing.
We can wait for you for a time here to go and investigate, but should we hear the creatures feasting, then we'll assume that you're dead.
Thank you. I'll give him a slight bow.
I just turn and leave.
Okay.
Just try to make this quick.
All right. So with your rock light,
Yes.
roll me a investigation check and a perception check. Well, actually no. Do one of you want to look for the Bastion unit while the other one keeps an eye out, or do you both want to look for the Bastion unit?
I'm not very good with investigation, so I'll keep an eye
I
out.
have
An ear out.
perception investigation, so proficiency. I will do it.
Okay, so whoever's keeping watch, roll a perception check, and whoever's looking for the Bastion unit, roll investigation.
Motherfucker!
All right. Oh, natural 20 perception.
Fucking 11 investigation.
All right, so with that, Eris, you are kind of keeping an eye out while Fate is sort of looking around on the ground. Your investigations, Fate, are more for like figuring out what happened to bodies and things like that, and magic and bodies. That's what you specialize in. Finding
Yes.
tracks and things like that, and rocks and things. That's more like Bond's sort of alley. So you're having a little bit of difficulty here. But Eris, you are able to keep a pretty good eye out. You have a mixture of dark vision and your light, so you're able to see out a pretty decent distance.
Yeah. Plus my
Mixed
elven
with-
ears.
Yeah, I was about to say, plus with your elven ears, being able to have a more astute listening. You have more astute listening abilities. You're able to keep a pretty good watch. You hear kind of like the clattering and chittering of these creatures in the distance, sounding like as if they're sort of wandering around. But over the time in which you guys are investigating, that seems to slowly fade away. Fate, roll me a percentile.
What do I have to... what?
Percentile.
Right click
Right-click
the
D10. Right-click D10, click on the percent. Drop it in the box.
Hold on a second. I click D10.
Click on percent, and then drop it in the box. There we go. All right. You have some difficulties, but as you guys are kind of like risking getting a little bit closer and closer, Eris, you're feeling like as if you're probably like towing the boundaries at this point in time, because the sound faded. But at this point in time, after like another minute or so of getting closer and closer, you're starting to hear it come back, like as if they're sort of like sensing your approach. And right as you're about to say, like, we should probably turn around pretty much, Fate, you hear a kind of like raspy groan off to the right, just out of sight of the light around like a piece of rubble.
Oh.
I'll turn around and see what it is.
It's Fate that heard it. Due to his proximity to it. He's a bit closer than you are, and you're more keeping watch. The groan was pretty faint, and you're more focused on the insects.
Oh, okay.
They're coming from over there.
So Fate, you kind of round this rock and trip over a leg. and come face to face with the Bastion unit. He has his shoulder like pinned by a spike to a wall, and it looks like as if he was unconscious and is like just now coming back to consciousness at this point in time.
I put my hand over his mouth and say, "Shh, it's okay. We're going to save you." I do a medical check on him.
You found him? I'll go over to where Fate is.
I
You see
do
the fact
a
that-
very twisted medical check on him.
Okay. Bastion units, not exactly their specialty, but they have mostly the same body parts as humans and other things like that. You can tell the fact that he has mostly light injuries, actually. It looks like as if he just passed out for one reason or another after getting stabbed by a spike. It seems like as if
It
the
doesn't do
stabbing
well.
was probably more accidental. You do seem to remember the fact that Eris, that there was a spike that went flying past you and like struck into some rubble. You have a feeling that that might have been what happened to this poor Bastion unit, and you just didn't notice it.
Oh.
'Cause
Well, if it happened to me, that probably would have splattered my face.
I know, right?
So probably
So,
better that
yeah.
it happened to him.
So yeah, you see the fact that he's just like his like shoulders pinned into it, and it seemed more like as if just like him getting pinned to it. His face is like against the rock too. He's kind of like almost like weirdly bent up against it.
All right.
Are you able to get him out?
Otherwise, he just has some like light scratching on his body from probably just like slamming into the rock.
Can I go ahead and remove the spike then? Because I got a 21 in medicine.
Yes, roll me a dexterity check with advantage to try and finagle this thing out. All right. Yeah, it takes a little bit of effort, and as you're doing it, you hear the fact that this Bastion unit kind of like groans in pain a couple times. You have a feeling that you might have accidentally did some damage while you're doing this, but you do pull it out and free him from the rock, and he just sort of like slides down the rock onto the ground. Eris, you're hearing the chittering getting louder, and there's almost like some like curious like skittering that is like slowly getting closer to you.
We should get moving. They've caught on to us.
All right.
Bastion, can you move?
I cast minor illusion on us.
What are you
Wait a minute.
trying to minor illusion?
Wait, hold on a second. Actually, let me double check. Yeah. I cast minor illusion. Make us look like a rock. We're just gonna slowly back out.
The minor illusion does stay in place.
God damn it. Okay.
It can create
I
a
just pick them
sound.
up and we just run. Can it
It
create a
can
sound?
create a sound.
Okay. So I'll cast minor illusion, and I'll make a sound in the other direction, or make it look like somebody's running, distract.
Okay.
Don't even see anything yet. I'm just gonna throw it out there and have it run the other direction.
All right. So so I'm assuming that you're making this minor illusion and then running in the other direction. If you're the Bastion unit doesn't seem to have fully gained well, he's sort of like conscious, but he seems a little dazed.
We're gonna have to probably drag him with a weak.
Yeah, I was about to say you're going to need to make a athletics check. I'll allow it with advantage because it's not like he's completely unconscious.
Damn, I made a strength check. Okay. That was a good roll. Let me just use that strength check.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Athletic strength, it would have been the same either way.
Oh,
So I'll
cool.
allow it. All right, so you cast this, and you cast an image. You can't really make it look like as if it's running per se. But you do create this image of what looks like a person kind of like peeking out from a rock, and you see that the illusion is just kind of like standing there. peeking around the rock, and you hear like the kind of like screeching, like chittering sound again, and it seems like as if it like is sprinting towards that rock at this point in time. You guys haul ass with this Bastion unit in tow. Due to that, I will allow you to make a second athletics check, this time with advantage as well, in order to start your sprinting. You're no longer carrying the Bastion unit. I meant to do one with advantage for him. Nice. Somewhat. You do have advantage on this one, Fate.
What is it, athletics in?
It's a strength check, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow.
4 twice. All right, so.
I'm not very athletic.
No, you're not. You've already
over.
met your running quota for the day, and now you're just having to run even more.
Yeah, Eric's got a burst of energy from finding him, I guess.
Yeah.
We look back and you're
or
like, we're almost there, and Ares is way ahead of us. Like, what are you doing way back there? I'm trying. Roll.
So I want you to roll me a percentile once more to see what
Please.
your luck is for this.
Please no. Wow.
Wow, that is unfortunate. All right, so one of these things. One of these things. It seems to be a lot smaller.
Oh shit.
Due to the fact that the skittering isn't nearly as loud, and you feel this like smaller sort of like almost like a needle kind of like stab into your thigh.
Oh.
As
That's
you
the
take
Oh,
6
that's
points of
damage.
piercing damage. And I have to roll another one for the other guy. And no, that's actually just under his AC. Alright. But you guys are able to finally make it away. You only have to roll those 2 athletics checks instead of 3 due to the minor illusion.
You're welcome.
Yep.
We did it smart.
We did it smart. I did it smart.
Yeah, you did it smart. Smart.
Yep.
All right, so.
And we get the Bastion unit pick. Yay. I'm happy.
All right.
You we're not worth this.
He's just kind of like groaning through the thing, looking like a bit offended, and then you like realize the fact that his hands are free, and he like yanks it off. He's just like, "Have you know the fact that I'm worth every single penny that you may have given your insignificant life for?"
I put it back in his mouth.
He just immediately rips it back off. He no
I'm
longer has
taking
his
no
hand.
bonus hands. I'm fucking. Hold on a second. I'm pretty sure I have rope in my inventory. Let me. I don't have rope. I took the fucking. Damn it. All right. Yeah, you're getting lucky this time, Sneebly.
It is for the betterment of your unintelligent minds that you even came back for me.
I will have
That
you
I
know I am a fucking
Guess
genius.
I say thank you. Right.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was
course.
my idea.
What's your serial number?
What? Wait. And
Yeah.
you see the fact that at first, like in the light, he looks like as if he looks offended, and then like you see like this like kind of almost like puppy dog look. He's like, "You want to know my serial number?" Oh, I'm Orden. It's the first time anyone's asked me that. Yes, my serial number is 929.
929.
Yes.
Well, nice to meet you, Bastion Unit 929.
People who are associates of me call me Alvin. I accidentally said Alvin earlier, but Alvin was not with the group.
I was going to give him a name. That works too. All right then.
He, for whatever reason, whenever you asked him his serial number, he seemed stupidly excited about that. Oh man, all these barbarians, all they want to do is just call me Metal Man or Bastion or anything like that. They don't care about propriety or anything like that. It's nice to know the fact that there's at least some civilized people out here.
Well, in our party, we have a Bastion unit too. He doesn't have a name, but I did find his serial number one time.
Oh, must be a young Bastion unit then.
Yeah.
Usually everyone picks a name after the first few, 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, isn't he just a year old?
He's a little over 2 years old at this point in time. You guys met him after the year after he gained sentience.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's only a little over 2 years old.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
at least you're a group with good taste.
Yeah, he gained sentience about a year ago, before we met him. Anyway.
Makes sense. He probably has many questions. I don't remember seeing him with you. Where would he be at?
We split the party temporarily. He went down south to the Red Eagle tribe to guard.
I glare at her as she's saying this.
What?
Oh, well, I hope he does okay with that witch there.
What witch? Wait, what? What about a witch?
There's this crazy old hag that's there, tried to do experiments on me, make me drink this strange black goo, wanted to see what it would do to my insides, as she so elegantly put it. I think her name was, what was it? Zayla, I think? Zayla, yes, Zayla the Demon. I believe is what she was called. Fate, you recognize this name.
Okay.
Zayla the Demon is one of the 13 knights of the Solarian Empire.
You've got to be kidding me. I go and tell Ares this, and then I'm start pacing, thinking we need to get a message to the other group, or we need to conduct this business quick so we can go.
Yeah, your anxiety is well placed, as you know from the rumors that while Zayla is considered probably the best, one of the best, if not the best alchemist in the continent of Drax, the continent that you guys are on right now. She's also probably one of the most horrendous people to ever know. She cares not for human life at all. She will experiment on anything from a nearby puppy dog to a king himself, should she be able to get away with it. And her experiments range anywhere from giving strange implantations to making them drink strange concoctions that could just as easily melt your insides to make you grow a second head.
Yeah, we should meet up with the other group after our business here is done.
Definitely.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm more than willing to go back.
There better be careful. If we get there and there's anything wrong with the party, we'll be adding a new school to my belt.
Well, at least they do have a Bastion unit with them, you know. Should at least help them a little bit in that. I don't know about you, but I'm not really risking going back through this cave, at least not at this point in time. Those creatures in there.
I'll look at him and tell him that since we saved him, he owes us one. And he's like, later on, you're going to help us investigate these dwarven ruins.
Dwarven? What's Dwarven ruins? Oh, you're talking about that ancient necropolis down in the depths of these mountains.
With a giant smile, I say, yes, I am.
Oh, there's nothing of importance down there. I've already investigated it.
What?
Yes, I went. There were the Ironhide tribe. They were just telling me, no, don't go down there. There's these strange insectile creatures or whatever. Man, they really don't know anything, do they? They don't even know what creatures they're dealing with. They're called Kruthic, if you don't know. Anyways. Besides the
By
point, they're
any
like, no,
chance-
don't go down there. And so I told them that I was going to go off and find help in order to eliminate them. And then I just went down into the ruins and investigated it myself. Ran into a Kruthic hive lord, chased me for a
Is
while.
this all your fault?
But no, they were already here before I came here.
Yeah, but they just now started becoming a problem recently.
Yes, months ago. I was asking about the Dwarven ruins only like a month or two ago.
Right.
I think he's unrelated to it.
I am unrelated, mostly.
Mostly? Explain.
I did agitate the Hive Lord, and it did chase after me a distance, and so that might be the reason the nest has spread further up.
I look at Ares, and I don't say a word.
But these barbarians should be strong enough to deal with it. They're just scared because they don't know what it is they're dealing with. They won't take any information from me because I talk too much. Ugh. Look, point is, we really don't have to be here. You've gotten what you need. Me. So why don't you just leave?
He has a point.
Well,
We have to go get our wolf first.
Well, I already formed a contract with the chief.
Oh, fuck, right.
And I don't want to break that.
What contract? From what I remember, you only swore to each other that you meant each other no harm. What other contracts did you make?
Well, oh yeah, that's right. It was only just that. That it was just a no harm thing. My bad. Well, not exactly another contract, but I still want to, just answer the question he wants, so we can just get done out of here in a proper way.
Okay, fine. Let's go and talk to these barbarians.
Tell me about it.
So you guys make your way back to this group. They seem to be gone, except for the Great Wolf, who seems to be like kind of restlessly pacing back and forth a little bit. Before noticing you all, just like,
Oh. Thanks to Lou and the fact that you finally made it back. I was starting to get a little worried. They wouldn't let me chase after you because I was collateral.
It's
But
all
I
right.
not exactly followed
Right.
them either.
Sorry.
They left off as soon as they started hearing the creatures' activity again. I think they assumed that you were dead.
Cowards. I would have done the same, though, so I won't fall from forth.
Well, we can continue onward.
Yes, I don't know why they insisted on waiting for at least a time. The path is very straightforward.
he turns around and he
All
just
right.
starts like walking down the cave.
Huh. So really that straightforward.
Yes, while you were searching for the Bastion unit,
The name's
His name is-
Alvin.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
his name's Alden.
Alvin. Yeah.
Alvin.
I went to check the rest of this cave for a moment, at least the path that we're going through, the tunnel. and it's only just a few minutes longer at a decently jogging pace, so a walk would at most take 10 more minutes. We should be seeing light here in a moment. The sun has started to rise.
I asked Alvin about his findings.
Oh, which findings? I've been investigating quite a few different things.
Tell me some about them. As another man of science, I am quite interested.
Yeah. Eris will, I guess, continue on the path then.
Well, one of the things that I found out during my investigations in the north is the fact that it's very cold, and not for natural reasons. I'm assuming that you're probably here due to the Blood Wolf tribe's request. They were supposed to be helping me find a request for adventurers to do some assistance in my research, but apparently they decided to just leave me behind.
Indeed, we are.
Yeah.
So you might know part of the reason why, but you might not know the full reason why.
Please elaborate.
Many of the natives to the north believe the fact that the reason for this perpetual cold, this eternal winter, is due to the sealing or destruction of the Heart of Fire.
Indeed, I think it's quite nonsense and probably superstition. But do you have any other lead?
Not full superstition. You see, there's actually 2 elemental hearts that are missing from this land.
What?
There is the Heart of Fire, which is being probably consumed by the Heart of Water, to be honest. If not consumed, then being slowly destroyed, one of the two. Or else it wouldn't be getting colder and colder.
How credible are your findings?
I have been to the place that they refer to as Stormfrost Manor.
See.
Quite the dangerous place, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend going there if you don't have to. But
Noted. Won't do it.
Our mission kind of has to have us go there, though.
Of course, they probably told you to investigate and maybe deal with it.
Yep.
Yes, because anytime anything's incredibly dangerous, societal they send us.
Well, I can tell you this much. I can tell you the things that you may need to know for your investigative purposes, and I can tell you the fact that if you have to run away from those creatures back there, then you're definitely not strong enough to deal with the elementals around that area, at least not just yet.
I see, but
You need a bit
that
more
begs the
preparation for
question,
that.
how did you do it?
Oh, I have many interesting gadgets and things like that, such as this. And you see the fact that he like kind of reaches into his like tattered robes at this point in time, and he pulls out this strange black disc, and then he like slaps it onto himself, and you see the fact that he just disappears from sight.
Well, that is quite handy.
Yes, it only lasts for a certain amount of time, and as he like starts like talking, you see the fact that he like pulls the disc off, and he like kind of his hand like flips into itself, and it like turns into a screwdriver, and he kind of like messes around with the disc a little bit, and then puts it back into his robe. But the good thing is the fact that I do have several of these devices, so I can, of course, use it several times. In addition to that, there are some other interesting items that I have that help me maneuver without being seen. Helps a lot with investigations in more dangerous areas. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for everything, but it does help skirt around some of the other things. Another thing that I found that kind of enhances my previous statement of the Heart of Earth probably being consumed or destroyed is the fact that, or not the Earth, the Heart of Fire, my apologies, is the fact that the Heart of Earth has been consumed. Generally, a Heart of the Elements, there is actually historical documentation in the south, the southern continent. On the southern continent, there is documentation of... Oh, what was that continent called? I believe it was... Riseland, I believe. There was a heart of air that was used for ritualistic purposes, in order to gain some sort of magical strength. I'm not fully certain on that. This happened many, many lifetimes ago. Way before I was ever created. But whenever it was consumed, there was no trace left behind of it. Whereas for this, the Heart of Fire, even though it's supposedly supposed to have been either destroyed or sealed or something like that, there's still traces. There's still traces of the Heart of Fire. The Heart of Earth, there is nothing I've been able to find in this land.
Fascinating. Indeed.
As a man of Morden, I wish to reignite the Heart of Fire in order to purge this land of its frigid curse, and hopefully find some sort of replacement or restore in some way the Heart of Earth. So that way, Morden's children may once again roam these lands.
Yeah.
I see.
I do have these. I'll pull out my box of encoded elemental heart documents that I wanted you to take a look at. They have to do with the elemental hearts.
The
You see the
elemental
fact that
heart.
he takes the box and he opens it and he starts, as you guys are walking, the Great Wolf seems to be just kind of like keeping an eye out or an ear out for the most part. You do see the fact that at this point in time, the sunlight has started to kind of like peer through the tunnel, and you can see the end of the tunnel, quite literally. The light at the end of the tunnel. And you come out into a small valley where you see in the center of this valley is a large village. And there seems to be like smaller like housing slash like houses or like groups of houses up on different parts of the mountain, kind of like escalating up to the point where it's almost like a city almost in size of how much land it takes up. But there's probably only like most a few hundred people here. In the distance,
Spacious.
you do see, yeah, it is pretty spacious. You do see Taran seeming to be in the middle of talking to a few people at the gates of this village. It seems almost like as if they're in some sort of meeting, as you see that there are several different people that are standing in sort of like a half circle around him. Ah, these documents. Where did you find these?
You know of Irsa?
Yes, Irsa the Ice Witch. She lives off in Krosa, the village that you most likely came to following the Blood Wolves.
Yeah. She gave me those.
He kind of like looks like he's about to grip the paper, and then realizing that the documents are in that hand, he like forcefully grips the box instead. He's just like, I asked her if she had any information on elemental hearts, and she told me no. Regardless.
She might not have remembered that she had them, because we were kind of in a space where we had to kind of think what we wanted to look for, and I just thought of something to do with the elemental hearts, and there was that. She didn't even charge me for them, she just let me have them.
Well, honestly, they're encoded. I see the fact that these symbols seem to be reminiscent of the language of giants, but a very old one. It's actually it's a mixture of sorts between the language of giants and another language, one I'm not too familiar with at this point in time, a pretty ancient one. It's not Infernal, that language I know, and it maybe Abyssal? I'm not 100% sure. It looks dark though. This sense of eeriness. Whoever wrote this, I have no idea who may have written this, but if you give me time, I should be able to decode this.
Yeah, Eris will look at him with a big smile. That'd be wonderful.
Oh, of course. After all, I'm also interested in the elemental hearts. To give me this opportunity is wonderful. I thank you for that.
You're quite welcome.
Can I look at it?
I guess. And he sort of hands them off to you.
All right, let me see. It's the first time I've looked at these.
I think I was the
Yeah.
only one who looked at them so far.
Yeah, you are the only one that's looked at him.
Let's see. He said it was dark. Maybe is it written in Inferno or something, perhaps?
No, he just said that they were not written in Infernal. He said
Okay.
possibly Abyssal or something along those lines.
Yep, I had no idea. All right, hand it back to him.
Yep. All right. So yeah, you hand them back to him, and you see the fact that out of nowhere he now has like glasses on his face, and he's just like kind of like fiddling around with them a little bit, like fitting them on his face, and he looks over the documents a bit more and then shoves them back in the box, and he's just like, if you don't mind me holding onto this box, then I'll work on this in my spare time, but for now we should finish up whatever you have with the barbarians here and be on our way.
Thank you. We'll continue onwards and towards, because I guess by now we would have we would be reaching up to where Taran is.
Yeah, you actually hear the fact that he's talking to them.
These damned insect creatures seem to be getting closer by the day. We're going to need to be setting up watches at the end of the tunnel, as well as in some of the other cave areas, to make sure that the nest doesn't spread too far and they get a drop on us. I'll need Jezebel, as well as Elvira, both of you, work together. Build some sort of ramparts if you can. A wall, a gate, anything in order to help the guards. Elvira, you being the captain of said guards, you will be leading this effort.
Taran, you do know the fact that I'm a shipwright, yes? I work with ships, not walls and gates and houses. You see the fact that the person talking here is a human woman. She seems to be wearing like thick leather and fur clothing, but she has like this bandolier of like what looks like nails across her chest, and she has like 3 different sized mallets and hammers hanging on her belt, and she has a like a large what looks like scroll case on her back that you can see the fact that it looks like as if papers are kind of sticking out of it. She has like this kind of like reddish brown auburn hair, and she actually has one eye that is green and the other eye is blue. She has heterochromia.
Ooh. She looks like the handy woman. But I guess she only is good on ships from what she just said.
Yeah, she literally is just like, I'm a shipwright. I'm not good with crafting housing and walls and stuff like that. I don't understand why you. Anyways, fine.
Maybe you can make them kind of like ship-esque.
Upon you saying that, she like kind of stops in mid like hand gesture and then like turns towards you. And she looks kind of confused for a moment, and then her eyes light up, and she like runs over to you and grabs you by the shoulder and starts like shaking you back and forth. By the gods, you're a genius, little girl! I didn't even think of that! And she like kind of throws you off to the side. She has a surprising amount of strength to her. She looks like skinny, but she like kind of like tosses you off to the side and runs up to Taran and like grabs him. She's like half his height almost. She's like maybe a couple inches taller than you, Ayers.
Oh my, wow.
And she like grabs him by like the arms and like starts like trying to shake him, and he's not moving. It's just his arms that are going back and forth, and he's just staring down at her, just like,
seriously, what are you doing?
but She's just like, Torin, can I do that? Can I make them like ships? Can I make a ship? Will you allow that?
Whatever, as long as it acts as some sort of protection, I don't care what form it takes.
Yes, thank you. Oh, I will get on it right away. Come on, Alvida, we gotta make it perfect.
I'll give her a thumbs up. Good luck.
Yes, and to you too, little elven girl. I don't know your name. What is your name? I'm sorry. I should be a little bit more respectful to someone who had such a brilliant idea. You must be a genius.
My name's Eris.
Of course, Eris, thank you. And you'll be one of my best friends of all time, along with the other 13 geniuses that had great ideas about ships. I'll see you later. And she kind of gives you a handshake and then just bolts off, trying to drag this freaking 7-foot tall orc woman behind her.
Bye-bye.
This is terrible.
Fuck. She seems fun.
Yes, she seems full of energy.
Too full of energy. Regardless, welcome to our village.
I'll give him a respectful little bow. Thanks for having us.
Yes, we'll give you accommodations. Is there anything in particular that you are needing from what our watchmen said? You were traders trying to trade in information as well as possibly other goods?
Possibly, but I guess the information we've already got with this, and you wanted some information in exchange.
Yes. If you really have nothing else, then I'll broker you a deal. How about this? Take one of my people with you.
Double that and you have a deal.
Steelbane, and we will guide you back through the tunnels.
The tunnels that you wouldn't go and send anyone for because you didn't want to risk your lives?
No, but we're in dire need of Kieran. We need to find him.
I see. Is there a reward for this?
Your lives and safe passage through the tunnel. How about that?
Not good enough.
Well, then you're on your own, I guess.
If we were to find... Steelbane should be in Avengarde. I'm not sure how easy it'd be to get him to leave. He is one of the council members.
It's true.
Doesn't matter.
We'll need a lot of incentive to go and drag him out of there.
You
Or
are
to convince
dragging
him.
him out of there.
I can't talk to this man. Ares, help me out here.
I'm sure he understands the
Moral dilemma.
the situation. He might come rushing.
Perhaps. My deal is, I'll add a little bit more incentive on this. I'm imagining, I think you said something about wanting to learn about the lady, correct?
What?
The lady? Yeah.
Yes, the entity that's currently to the west of us.
Right.
Causing issues for the Wolf Princess and her little village down south.
That is correct.
Your friend here seems to want a bit more incentive. How about this? Take one of my people, lead them to Avengarde, or wherever it is that you mercenary knights come from. Show them the Steelbane. I will guarantee you safe passage back through the tunnels, and I'll also give you information on the lady, entity known as Yukiko.
spelled Y-U-K-I-G-O, right?
Yukiko.
Oh, okay, Ko. Thank you. It sounded like a go because of that voice.
Yeah, the voice does make the K's, unless they're insanely pronounced, sound similar to G's.
All right. So. All right. So our new mission is, well, our added mission is to, well, bring Steelbane here.
If Stillbane's even the person they're looking for.
Yep, that's if Steelbane is the person that they're looking for. You're not 100% sure on whether or not Steelbane is who they're actually looking for, because they keep calling this person Kieran.
It's alright.
I did ask if
the
I did ask if what the person they were looking for did look like him before, but I don't think I ever got an answer for that. So
Technically, no, you did not.
yeah. So I guess I'll dang it, my fifth die. I guess I'll ask again, just to make sure. Just to make sure that the one that Steelbane is the one that you're looking for. He is the person you're looking for. Does he look like you? Because Steelbane does.
The one I'm looking for is my son.
So
Yeah, I'll take that as Steelbane is definitely the one.
well, most children usually inherit traits from the mother, so
They inherit traits from both.
yeah, but it's mostly the mother though.
Yeah.
Could be Stillbane or could just be some weird genetics similarities. I'm a necromancer. I know these things.
Oh. There's not many minotaurs.
Again, there's like 3 in Avengarde.
There's in fact only one other Minotaur in Avengarde.
Well, there's at least one more.
Yeah. And I guess Fate has met the Ski Minotaur at least once. I'll allow it. That's fine. Yeah.
I mean, we were there for a year, so who knows who we could have bumped into.
We were there for 3.
Yeah, technically you guys were there for like almost 3 years.
Yeah.
That is true. It's been 3 years for us. Dang it. I need to get something to drink and go to the restroom actually.
Okay, yeah,
All
we
right.
can take a short break here for a second.
Yeah, sorry.
You
On
good?
a side note, I'm dying right now. Like, I dropped my model and like one of its fucking horns broke off.
Oh no.
It's like a really small horn. It's got like 4 on its head, and I'm trying to find it, and it's gone.
Oh no.
I didn't even notice it until I looked at it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And it's just actually just gone.
That sucks.
It does. It's really small, so it's not really that big a deal. But trying to find it.
Yeah, because you might be able to fix it. Just
Exactly.
like super glue it back on there.
Exactly. But it's gone, and it's the same color as my fucking carpet.
Oh no, that sucks. I was about to say, is it at least a different color? But
Nope.
that just got answered. God, I hate that. That's the reason why I always get like freaking colored thumbtacks and stuff like that now. Whenever I get thumbtacks, is just because like if you get just normal clear thumbtacks and you drop those things on the floor, like they're pretty much gone until you step on it.
I know.
It sucks.
Feel that. Oh, so how have you been, Andrew?
I've been doing pretty good. I've done a lot of D&D sessions, considering you guys all split up like this. So,
Damn.
you know.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I've done a D&D session pretty much almost every other day, for the most part.
Yep, that sounds fun. My friends put together a other D&D group, and it's we're doing Waterdeep right now.
Ooh, Adventures in Waterdeep. Are you doing like a module?
Yeah, it's Dungeon Crawler.
Oh, so you're probably doing either Adventures of the Yawning Portal or Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been fun. Actually, I've gotten knocked out like every fucking session. I'm playing a rogue. It's got 3 levels in rogue, 3 in fighter.
Nice.
And it's been basically every single session I'm almost dead. I compare it to like Dark Souls or D&D.
Oh my
Every
goodness.
time. One of the fucking party members sets off a trap. I've sat in a fucking throne and the fucking arms came to life and bit me, giving poison damage. One of the party members knocked me out whenever we were fucking fighting some doppelgangers.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, all right, look, it can copy my appearance, but I have magic items, so it probably can't copy that. The DM's like, he uses sleight of hand and it takes your magic items. The group now thinks you're the fake.
Oh my goodness. That's mean. That
I
is
was
so
like,
mean.
what? Oh yeah, I was like, what?
Oh
Take
man.
my shit, and I just get blasted repeatedly with fucking Eldritch Blast. Then I've got one guy that wants to play, kind of. He's like, doesn't play a lot, he kind of wants to play. He got in the group. And
Yeah.
he sees him. He sees him take the freaking item off me. And he's like, well, I don't know, because my character, from everything he knows, that's just something that he would do. And I was like, what? I was like, no, just tell him what you saw.
Just tell them what you saw.
Another player is like, all right, I'm shooting the other one that doesn't have it. And I was like, hurry up and tell him, please. And he's like, He makes his roll, and he's like, wait, that's the real one. After he's already rolled to attack me. Like, yeah, it's too late now. I was like,
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Nice. Nah, you're all good.
this thing's
I've been doing
actually
quite a bit of talking this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only been a little bit of danger.
Like that.
Yeah. I think I'm doing more talking because Casson's not here.
Pretty much.
Usually Casson gets like the one who gets the first words and stuff in.
All right. So, the deal is out on the table for you guys. Take one of Taran's people to Avengarde, and in return, he will ensure your safe passage back through the tunnel, so you can be on your way. And he'll also give you information about the lady, this entity by the name of Yukiko.
Yeah. As far as Eris is concerned, this is the deal. She will probably ask the wolf to return to Kari. Maybe, because I'm assuming he's probably going to want us to immediately go to Avengarde.
He technically didn't specify that.
Yeah, you know, you're right. But I imagine trying to get back to Avengarde, at least on foot, is going to be a pain in the butt. It's just going to be further splitting the party.
Yep.
Hmm. Oh, gosh. Hmm. This is actually kind of a fucking huge decision. What the fuck?
If you want to make it a huge decision, then yeah.
Well, he only guaranteed that he's only guaranteeing us safe passage through the tunnel after we achieve Sailbane. Is what it sounded like to me.
Safe passage after what?
After we bring back Steelbane is what it sounded like to me.
I mean, no, he's saying that you have to make a deal with him, and he'll get to bring one of his men to Steelbane, to Avengarde. Actually, he's never specified that you have to bring anybody back. He's telling you, you have to bring one of my people with you to this Avengarde, wherever these mercenary knights are, and I will guarantee you safe passage back through these tunnels to the other side, and information on the lady. That is what the deal said. That is specifically why whenever you guys kept saying, we'll try and convince Steelbane to come back, he kept saying, you're not going to be forcing anybody to come back.
Okay, I think I'm just getting confused in my head or something. I guess I'm just starting on my brain, I guess.
Yeah. Deal is, you bring one of his people with you back to Avengarde. He guarantees you safe passage back through the tunnel you just came through, and information on the lady.
Okay, yeah, then that, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, that's
Uh,
the deal.
I put a hand on Ares' shoulder. Are you sure about this? Because, whoever we bring back is take the Minotaur back with them. Which means we'd be taking it a hostile directly to council. I should roll my stealth roll. Make sure no one hears that.
Okay, yeah, if you're gonna try and whisper this to Eris, then yeah, roll a stealth check real quick.
Okay.
All right, yeah, no, you roll a pretty decent one, especially whenever the other person rolled a 6 as a base. So even with their perception, they're not gonna notice you whispering that. They just see the fact that you kind of go over and whisper something. I don't know why I hid that roll, but I got so used to rolling in the tower now as a part of my rolls for behind the scenes stuff that I just keep doing that now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine, Fate. Eris is done deliberating. It's a done deal. We just
Her head's all red and stuff right now. After the intense thought.
Thinking intensifies. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to, probably give him some papers so he can, easily access, get in without issue.
Fate flashes a very deviant grin at you. Okay, if that's your decision.
So you will accept.
Yes.
Ares has decided to accept your deal.
He kind of
And it's
looks you
promised to
over
take full
with those words.
responsibility if anything happens.
Kind of looks over you, Fate.
Only one of you needs to make the deal.
That's what I just said.
Grab my hand once more, little one. You are already associated with this ritual.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hand him my hand.
He grabs it, takes the
Do you
knife,
grab
does
it
the
in the
same thing.
handshake, or do you grab it like your hands over the top and his is below?
It's sort of more like it's sort of like a I don't know how exactly to explain it, but it's like they like wrap the fingers around each other more likely, like as if like you're kind of grabbing their fingers and they're grabbing your fingers, sort of thing, so that way both the hands can be hit by the knife blade. It's a little weird, in all honesty.
Gotcha.
Because like a handshake, it would make it to where it's a little bit more difficult to do that. Because he seems to cut in a very specific spot both times. And he takes the blade and he does it across, like I said before, in between the thumb and the pointer finger, and you see the little trickle of blood. And as he bows his head down once more,
By the Earth Mother's grace, we make this contract that Eris, her party, will ensure that a man by the name of Rain Swiftfoot will make his journey and their accompaniment back to the headquarters of the Mercenary Knights, and in return, the Ironhide tribe will ensure their safe passage back through the tunnel and give information about the entity known as Yukiko. Should either side break this contract, the life is forfeit. Do you accept the terms?
and as he says, "Do you accept the terms?" You see your hand starts to get enveloped by like this like earthy green color, like this dark green mixed with like a flecks of brown color, and it sort of is just like enveloping your hand, and it seems almost like as if there's energy swirling around it.
I accept these terms.
Very well. Then in Shantia's name, let this contract be written in blood.
And as he says that, there's a there's a wind that kind of picks up, and you hear this breeze kind of blow through, and the scar once again like heals over, leaving this like thin white scar, almost directly next to the previous one. You now have like these two little thin lines in between your thumb and your pointer finger.
Honestly, with
And
how tall I am, they're probably completely unnoticeable.
yeah, I was about to say, they're almost completely unnoticeable. The only reason why you can actually notice them at all is the fact that it looks like as if there's tiny unreadable script on that second scar. It seems like as if it looks kind of like a dark green in color.
This pact will make sure that we will follow through on our end of the deal and ensure that you will follow through on yours. Should it be broken, it will severely injure you, and should you be in a state unfit for survival, it will kill you. But fear not, should Rain break off on his own, or die in the line of combat, the pact will be broken on its own, with neither side really suffering true injury. Though if
Nice.
it's your fault that he dies, that is another case in particular. It will be considered as you breaking your side of the contract.
Got it. Rain Swiftfoot.
Yes. Rain, if you would.
You see another like hulking figure start to step out from the shadows of the gate, like on the other side of the gate. You kind of could see like in the distance of the rising sun, which is just barely like lighting up this valley. It's still mostly covered in shadows. You see this tall figure, almost as tall as Torun is, step forward, and he pulls off this hood, and you see the fact that it's actually another minotaur, but this one has completely white fur. The horns are white, the fur is white, his eyes are like this steely blue color.
It's a Tanrock.
And he just steps forward and he gives a nod of acknowledgement towards you, and he gives a nod of acknowledgement towards Taran.
You'll be accompanying them back through the tunnel along with several other guards. You'll travel with them to Avengarde and bring my son back. Understood?
And you see the fact that Grain gives a sort of bowing salute towards Taran. And Taran just gives a nod and return.
Do you wish to take a small rest before setting out, or do you wish to set out immediately?
We want to leave immediately.
Yeah, I think haste.
No offense, but I am far too smart to stay in a place that doesn't know what toilet paper is. Good day.
Honestly, I was tempted for Eris to say what's toilet paper.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Look.
But she has been an Avengarde for like 3 years, even though she was like, raised for like majority of her life in a what Fate would probably call a backwater village.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was raised on the
All right.
run.
So,
I won't judge.
Taran motions with his hand, and you see a couple other people step out. One of them is the same woman who was kind of your guide from the Watchman on the mountainside. And another one is a person who looks strikingly similar to her.
These two are Mina and Hilden Wavebreaker, siblings. Unsure your safe passage back through.
We'll be in your care.
In addition to that, due to you seeming to not know how to survive very well,
Boy!
Hilden, bring the supplies.
Right away, sir. And you see Hilden breaks off and goes into just inside the gate and seems to be like messing through some boxes. You kind of hear some sound of him like brushing stuff aside, and he pulls out two like bundles, and he hands one to you, Eris, and one to you, Fate. These are tents and bedrolls, things like that, as well as some rations for the road. It didn't seem like as if you were setting up tents for your camp, so...
Yeah, due to a snowstorm, our tents got wrecked. We combined them into one tent, but the other half of the party has the tent.
Nah, makes sense, I guess.
And we've got plenty of food. I'll pull out the buttload of food I've got.
Very well.
Thanks for the gift of that. We can probably make use of the tents.
Yeah, I'm putting them in your inventory as of now. There is one that's handed off to the Great Wolf, They don't. I don't think anybody's actually like called him the Great Wolf, and they don't know the fact that he's like not a humanoid.
I thought at the end of the last session he came back in wolf form. Unless he's in human form is as tall as the fucking Minotaur, dude.
He was massive in the human form.
Yeah, he's tall in the human form. He's like as tall as Taran in the human form.
Yeah, I don't recall him transforming into the wolf. He just kind of
Maybe I just
finally
assumed
spoke. He just kind of
nowhere.
Yeah, no, he just finally spoke up at the end of the session. He didn't transform back into the wolf.
Yeah.
Didn't he howl or something though?
Yeah, but he can do that in his human form. He still has some wolf-like features. He's not really like full-on like werewolf-like, but he does have like some wolf-like features. Like he has like his arms as well as a part around his neck kind of has like a fur partially on them, and instead of having nails, he actually has claws on his hands. And he also was barefoot, and he has a pretty long hair, almost like a mane of sorts. But in addition to that, his face, while still human in form, is a little bit kind of wolfish, and he has instead of normal teeth, he does have fangs. So he does have like a wolfish nature to him, but they don't know what he might be. I mean, until they ran into Alvin, they didn't even know what a Bastion unit was. So,
Damn barbarians! I say that too, Alvin.
he just gives you a nod of approval, like, mm-hmm.
Didn't I say that if you called us barbarians again, I was going to teach you a lesson?
No, you said that to him, not me.
I believe I remembered saying that to you.
No.
You see Taran like stride over towards you, and he just like picks you up.
Yeah. Put me down. I'm not a child.
Unfortunately, we already made a pact, say, of non-aggression, so I can't actually do anything hostile to you, but...
Yeah.
He
Put me
grins. He grins at you.
This is abuse.
Next time we meet, might be a little different.
It sure
And then he
might.
puts you down.
I'll remember this.
Alright, you guys are all set, though. No point in wasting daylight. It seems you're in a hurry, so I would suggest that you move out now. Unless there's something else you need.
No. I don't. This will be all. Thanks for your hospitality. She'll once again give him a respectful bow.
Yes, you're very savage hospitality. Thank you.
He just
Fate.
He just gives you all a look and then kind of nods his head, and he starts to just stride into the village.
We will
So
not.
excuse me then, I have things that I do need to attend to.
Yep.
Sorry for the intrusion.
All right. So, Hilden looks towards you all. All right. Well, ready to go?
Yes.
All right.
I do a very poor performance of a hand gesture that is I just give him the bird. I was trying to think something up.
Okay.
I wonder if they even know what that means.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what hell it was. I was over to like give him a gesture that's very insulting. I guess I could have said.
Yeah, if you'd said it that way, you might have like kind of used a gesture, but like pretty much like flipping up your middle finger at them. They're not gonna understand what the world you're doing.
Good.
Yeah.
So,
I could have suggested biting a thumb at him. He's all classy.
Go.
yeah. Since we have a little bit of a smaller group, and most of us, he kind of looks over towards Rain, aren't as big. I was thinking that we might try and use a little bit more stealth this time. What do you say?
You can attempt to, but
Denied. I've had enough stealth for one day. Let's blow some shit up.
what do you mean we've had enough stealth? We haven't stealthed at all today.
Okay, there was stealth yesterday. Let's go blow some shit up. Wait, yes we have. I guess we haven't.
I believe we
You
actually,
technically rolled a stealth check for whispering, but that's pretty much all you've stealthed.
yeah.
That still counts.
I was about to say we did also stealth once in our last session.
Yeah.
Where is the hornet?
Well, if you guys just wish to rush through, then I guess we can just rush through.
I'd rather not have anybody get injured.
Okay, well,
have to live a little. I've got my spells already primed and prepared.
I'll look towards
These-
I'll look towards Alvin. Are you okay with stealthing through, Alvin?
He turns his hand to a drill. He's like, let's get them.
it's like, I don't care. I just wish to get out of here.
Go! My dogs won't leave me alone. Gosh.
Up to you, really. You're pretty much ensuring my safe passage out of here as well, so, why not? If you wish to stealth, then I have no qualms against it.
Right, we'll stealth through.
Alright.
Alright.
You have to roll for it. I was denied the stealth.
That's a pretty high stealth check. Let me roll for these other people. Well, that was a really high stealth check. That was a really high stealth check. That was a really bad stealth check, Raid. I guess that makes sense. He's freaking a hulking person. And let me roll one for Hilden. Hilden actually did pretty bad as well.
But every time he puts
Mina
his
did.
foot down, it's just like a loud crash.
Yeah, pretty much. So for the most part, you guys are kind of struggling to go through this. There's a little bit of silence, and then Rain just kind of gives out a grunt for a moment, as it seems as if he steps on something, and you hear this crack stone, but nothing seems to happen. And as you're going through the tunnel, you start to near that area where you encountered what Alvin calls the Kuthric. And you're going pretty silently. Very, very little noise is being made. But as you enter in that area around where you originally found Alvin being pinned to the rubble in a very strange pose, the complete silence starts to come back again as the skittering sound and the chitters of these Kuthric. And in the darkness, you can kind of make out the shadowy form of one of these Kuthrics poking their head out of the wall. And it seems to scan for a moment and then lock directly on you all.
Cast Chill Touch on it.
Okay, roll an attack roll, I believe.
That was some quick reaction time.
You're going to have to roll it with disadvantage, though, because you are in darkness.
Alright, hold on.
I believe they're called Kuthrics. I might be saying the name wrong. Going based off of memory here.
Kruthic.
Kruthic. There we go.
Yeah. Dang it. Apparently
Here we
what
go.
I
It's
had
been
is
so
not enough.
two
Jeez.
damn launches. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, no, that would be a fail. You see, you like launch out this this hand, and it like slams into the wall right next to it, kind of like burning away with the necrotic energy, a part of that wall. And you see the shadowy figure kind of like look towards the hand, and then let out like a screech towards you, and it like launches itself onto the ground. Are you going to fight it, or are you going to run?
I'm going to run.
Okay, roll me an athletics check.
Ha! This man doesn't know. No one runs away from things faster than me. Than Alexander Fatebinder.
Natural 1 athletics check for the Great Wolf.
17.
Ooh.
I told you. No one runs away faster than Alexander Fatebinder.
Oof. 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 Oof.
I did not roll above a 4 for every NPC. Like their base roll is not above a 4, so like the max even Rain got was like at 12, I think. No, because his was the lowest roll, so he only got a 10. Holy crap.
I think mine's the absolute lowest.
No, actually, there was someone who rolled a natural 1. I don't know why I was once again rolling it in the tower. I did though.
I was just kind of imagining they probably had a strength modifier that would have.
Oh yeah, I guess technically, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'd have rolled a 1, but I was goddamn close to making an unnatural 1.
But yeah, so Alexander Fatebinder here, kind of like just like ha, and launches this, and then just like gotta go, and then immediately just starts taking off, and everyone's just like, what? Seriously? And then starts running after you, and so everyone else is behind. There's only
I guess we were just startled at the fact that Fate fired the skeletal hand.
I know, right?
I ate my weekends tonight. I'm fucking gone.
So you get hit by 1 attack, Eris. I'm rolling for everyone else's that might get hit by these. There's only enough for 4 attacks, though. Okay, so literally you're the only one that gets hit by an attack, but it is a ranged attack. I accidentally rolled the stab, but this spike was the attack that I was doing. But that's okay because it has the same hit modifier. Anyways. I almost rolled it in the stealth thing. So you take 7 points of piercing damage as this spike like stabs into your like straight into your arm and then like through it, and you let out this cry of pain. It doesn't knock you to the ground though. You're able to keep going. But I need you to roll me another athletics check. As this time you guys did not have a head start.
Oof.
We gotta roll another one?
So, no. Only Eris does, as well as the NPCs, because the fact that they all had like low checks for the most part. But okay, everyone's rolling higher this time, thank God. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. The creature like sort of like caught up to you, and it kind of like tried to stab towards you, but it missed. And it looked like as if it was about to keep going, but the strike actually caused a part of the wall to collapse onto like its scythe-like appendage in the darkness. And it kind of like was struggling a bit and then realized that you were getting away and seemed to stop. And you hear this strange kind of like crunching of stone behind you as you managed to escape these things that were starting to chase you. There was 2 of them in total, but the one that was specifically attacking you seemed to have gotten caught. And after a bit of walking, you're finally able to, or well, more like running, you're able to get completely clear of it, and you're able to walk the rest of the way out. By the time that you get out on the other side of the tunnel, it is like full on daytime at this point in time. The sun has fully risen. It is like 9 o'clock in the morning. And you are part of the way up the mountain. Traveling back down is no harder. By the time that you do get back down to the base of the mountain now, it will be like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And the watch people, they sort of just let you go without really saying anything, seeing who's accompanying you. And Mina, as well as Hilden, both see you off after you guys pass the watchman back down to the base of the mountain. And Rain is the only one still accompanying you.
Yeah, I'll wave those two goodbye. Y'all take care.
Yeah, of course. You as well. Make sure to stay safe. The north is a dangerous place.
Yeah, we've kind of figured that out.
It is. It is.
I would imagine so. All right.
What was that stealth roll for?
I
That's
roll
what I was
stealth.
wondering.
I lean over to Ares and like, don't worry. Later, break your contract.
Oh, really?
Sorry, I didn't actually even really hear you that well. What'd you say?
So
Said,
don't
"Don't
worry.
worry."
I'll show him later so you can break your contract.
Eris will sigh. I don't intend on breaking it.
Oh, you're actually gonna go through with it.
Well, yeah.
Well, that was just an elaborate plan to get us out of there. Okay.
Well, it seems to me like they are in need of help, so...
This seems like an awful idea. But I will support you in your endeavors. 'Cause that is what friends do. Alvin! Tell me more about these findings.
No, of course. I'm always willing to discuss my research. Now, you see, there was something else that caught my eye actually down in the Dwarven Ruin. Something that was interesting, not anything of import, but it was more along the times of when it was created. And he like starts to like go off into all of this. The Great Wolf walks over to you guys.
Do you wish to head down south to Corey and your other companions, or do you wish to check the lady?
And then as soon as he says the lady, Rain walks over and looks towards you all. If you wish to have information on the lady, please ask me anything you desire, and I will answer as the contract states.
We'll put the lady off for now. We'll meet
Let's
back
go.
up with Kari. Let's get the group assembled, and probably at this point they're finished with the escorting Kari right now, especially by the time we meet back up with them.
If you wish to expedite the process, you can try and take rests on my back while I do run the way down there, but it might be uncomfortable.
Would you be able to carry all four of us?
You underestimate my strength. I'll be able to easily carry all four of you.
Ares, you know that thing I said earlier? Might be a little harder than I thought.
Well, I think expediting the process would be best. I'm sure you'd want to meet back up with Kari as well. Eris speaking to the Great Wolf.
Indeed.
No, we'll take your proposition then.
Very well.
You see the fact that he kind of kneels onto the ground and his form starts to like warp and shift. And you see the fact that a very large wolf lays there. Not as big as whenever he was running you guys northward, but a pretty large wolf.
Climb onto my back and I will increase my size to accommodate you.
Air
Whoa! What? You are what? You're the Great Wolf.
I put my hand on
Great Wolf of
Alvin's
Saloon.
shoulder to get used to it.
By the gods, I was traveling with a servant of a god. That's amazing. Oh, you do have to.
Not now, middleman. Maybe a later date.
Wow, kind of racist.
Apologies. No. Al.
Almost called him Bastion, didn't it? Is it safe to travel on your back?
It's safe. We just gotta make sure we hold on.
It is not safe. It's terrifying, but it'll get us there quicker and faster. So no complaining. Just get on top of the fucking wolf.
Roll me. I don't even know if to roll me a deception or persuasion, because I feel like you were deceiving and persuading him at the same time.
I'm just gonna put persuasion on
and
it.
intimidating as well.
Just like, don't worry about it. Get on the.
It is
fucking
very
wolf.
uncomfortable about riding on top of the wolf. Not to mention, I get fucking motion sickness.
So, yeah, go ahead and I guess roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh, this is great.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
It's a dirty 20.
Rain kind of like looks at you and he looks like a little astonished for a moment and then hesitate, and then you're just like, get on the fucking wolf, and he's just like, okay, fine, and he like slowly climbs onto the great wolf's back, and he grows in size to accommodate you all.
I very nervously get on the wolf, and I'm like wrapping my hand with like this fur around my hands, and like you can see I'm very uncomfortable with this.
Hold on tight, everybody.
Hold on tightly. I'll be moving very quickly at this point.
And he kind of like lets out a howl and then just bursts and takes off. And you see the fact that he's moving at the same speed he was before, but then he lets out like another howl and he seems to be moving even quicker.
My eyes are closed.
And there's like this silvery blue like light that's sort of like enveloping him, and his fur seems to be almost like moving in the wind unaffected by like the freaking like gust of wind that's being blown past you because of his speed. He's moving pretty much what you can probably assume is almost twice as fast as he was before.
Oh, damn.
I need you, though, to roll me dexterity saves for this speed.
Oof, damn.
Oof. Yeah, literally everyone rolled terribly. Everybody.
I told you it was gonna be terrifying. I said it.
The first day of this travel, you are barely able to hold on, and you have not rested at all. You've not gained a full rest since the previous day. You gain a point of exhaustion at this point. You're not able to really get much rest
really
on the back of the wolf, and you already were pretty exhausted by the time that you got down the side of the mountain at that point. You have a point of exhaustion. For the second day's travel, the wolf does not seem to be slowing down. It's not stopping at all. I need you to roll me a second dexterity save for this day's travel.
Boom! That's a dirty 20.
Yep.
You can't throw this fat man off.
Somehow, Fate's body just kind of melded with the wolves.
I know, right? Fate, you've kind of like found like this like divot in the back where you're just kind of like resting there, and you're just kind of like, yeah, I got this. It's almost like riding a horse now. And you're just kind of like sitting there. For the most part, everyone did pretty decent. I'll consider it a group pass for everyone. And you're able to find a little bit of rest staving off an additional point of exhaustion, but you do not get rid of the point of exhaustion you've already gained.
Yeah, I imagine.
On the morning of the second day of the morning of the third day of travel, you have actually gone past Rhymewood Village at some point in time, as you realize the fact that the southern mountains are actually pretty close.
I thought you were just gonna say he was going too fast to stop when he just ran past the fucking village.
No, at some point in time, you don't really know. Some point during the night, you already went past Rhymewood Village, and you're pretty far south at this point in time, pretty close to the mountains. It's probably around 11 a.m. thereabout. Whenever you start to get towards near the base of the mountains, and you see what looks like almost sort of like worn down pathing through the snow, and off in the distance from the back of the great wolf, you can see what looks like is a wall of some sort. And standing in front of the wall, it looks like there are two figures. This wall has large red banners down the, or not red banners, white banners down the side of it that have emblazoned on it red eagles, as this is the home of the Red Eagle tribe. And that is where we'll end this session.
All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully next Thursday, depending on how tomorrow, well, actually, no matter how tomorrow goes, next Thursday, the group will be completely met up. Hopefully.
Even Castron?
Should be. Hopefully.
Wow.
Nice.
Like I said, I've been doing a lot of sessions with Castron on off days. Like within the past 4 or 5 days, I've done 2 or 3 sessions with Castron. So
yeah, Castron's got it rough. I know that.
Castron has almost died a couple times. So yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm fine.
Yeah, Castron's fine.
Yeah, I'm honestly since Castron's still alive, I'm rooting for you to get out.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
So with that, my goal is to have the entire group meet up by next Thursday. By next Thursday's session, I'm hoping the entire group will have met up by that point in time, or will meet up next Thursday.
Yay!
Because oh my gosh, making content for 3 different groups all at the same time is rough.
Yeah, I imagine so. Maybe it was good we didn't do a session last week. For Elijah.
Actually, a little bit, because it was the hardest for me to decide what in the world to do for you guys, because I didn't think you guys were going to go to the Ironhide tribe. So I was just like, no, you're fine. I was just I don't know how they would exactly treat you. But yeah.
I'm just making everything harder for everybody.
Yeah. So.
But hopefully in the long run, it'll work out.
Yeah, I know, right?
We'll be fine.
But yeah,
I'm fine. Everyone's fine.
After making a deal with Taran, the chieftain of the Ironhide tribe, to bring Rain Swiftfoot to Avengarde in search of a minotaur by the name of Kieran, who you are assuming is probably Steelbane. You've made some sort of contract, which apparently binds your life force to it, or something along those lines. He said something about you possibly dying should you break this contract.
Yeah.
That's all right. He specified if you break the contract, we'll just kill him off and free you from your imprisonment. Or we kill him off and you still die for, I don't know, knowing about it. Who knows?
In addition, you do have
Rain,
who has promised to give you information on the lady, who is apparently called Yukiko. He's told you to ask any questions that you want to ask, and he will answer those questions. If you have any questions in particular, I just kind of expedited the process because, like I said, I want to have everyone meet up this next Thursday. If you have any particular questions that you wish to have asked him during the 2 days travel almost down
2 days
south.
travel, we were risking our lives, hanging on our lives.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, that doesn't mean the fact that you couldn't technically have asked questions. So if there's any in particular questions that you wish to have asked, just message me, and I will answer you as he would have answered you. Like I said, though, I was just trying to expedite the process to get everyone
Yeah, that's fine.
back together.
If anyone could talk during that, they are an actual mad lad. Like, how did you not bite your tongue?
I know,
Have you
right?
not-
It would be a
have
little
you
bit difficult, but that's part of the reason why I had the dexterity saves made. Is for not only holding on, but for not losing your tongue, your face, anything else important.
Look, I'm just saying, I killed that second dex save.
You actually did. That was
Yeah.
a
I was
miraculous
not
one.
about to. I was not about to die today.
That was bullshit.
Uh,
My +2 is worth nothing. Luckily, I plan on increasing my dex.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So if you have any in particular questions, feel free to shoot him. If you don't really feel like asking anything at any point in time, of course you can always talk to him next Thursday. So it's fine.
Yeah, I'll probably shoot some messages.
Yeah.
if I think of anything, I'll shoot it.
All right. Sounds good.
How
I'm
many
gonna go
days-
ahead.